Hello Seekers, welcome to Punneits Astrology's another episode, and now Mars is moving in the sign of Scorpio. A Scorpio Mars is a very potent, self-driven, but very secretive and very transformative Mars. Mars as a planet rules two zodiac signs, Aries, Scorpio. Aries is the beginning, Scorpio is the end of lot of things. Once a planet goes in Scorpio, it changes its tone, any planet, especially when it crosses the Gandanta of Jyeshtha Mula Nakshatra, it reaches its peak and then it changes the tone from material to spiritual. Now, when Mars is in this zodiac sign, it wants to give you a lot, because this time Mars is with Mercury. This is not just Mars transit, but 60-70% of the duration of the Mars transit, Mercury will be along with Mars, around 3 to 4 weeks. Mars-Mercury conjunction is going to be vocally big. You will see voices of public rising high, voices of justice prevailing during this time. You will also see that when Mars and Mercury are together in Scorpio, transformation in judiciary system, law and order reforms will happen with each passing day. On a normal day-to-day lifestyle, Mars and Mercury wants you to focus on your energies, your strategy, the number game, the planning, and it wants to transform. If you're lazy, it just wants you to focus on the numbers. If you're running the business, it wants you to focus on the Excel sheet. Numbers don't lie is what Mars and Mercury wants you to know. It wants you to focus on that area. This time Mars, when it moves to Scorpio, it is aspected by Jupiter in the sign of Cancer. And Jupiter, Mars and Mercury now forms a trinal position. They are trine to each other. Mars is Urja, energy, Jupiter is Vidya, Gyan, knowledge, and Saturn is Karma. When they form a trine in emotional water zodiac sign along with conscious planet Mercury, it shows that you can communicate and you can solve problems with the focus on knowledge and karma. If you redirect your energy and if you plan your path from now onwards, within 6 months you will be in the right track. If you want to give up an addiction, this is the time. If you want to start a new project, maybe this is the time. If you want to do something extraordinary, this is the time. This is the time you should not miss, especially if you are a Mars-dominated person. If you are born with Mars in the Lagna, Moon-Mars conjunction, if you are running Mars Mahadasha or Antardasha, if you are born as number 9, this time is unique because both Mars and Jupiter are powerful, and Saturn's retrograde energies in Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra is ready to change the world for you, provided you are able to change yourself, you are able to streamline yourself. One way to streamline is to pray to Bhagwan Hanuman by chanting Hanuman Chalisa, following the path of Dharma, and Mars is energy, so correcting your body's energy by hitting the gym, doing the yoga, realigning and repositioning yourself, repositioning your company, your future, your career. And if you're a homemaker, then this combination will bring a lot of physical energy, enthusiasm, motivation, creativity, and you will be able to voice your opinion even better, and people will respect you for that. On the other hand, if you're an elderly person, then the Mars is going to give you that muscular strength, and few things that you thought cannot happen, or maybe you feel that you are weak enough and cannot go to office or cannot do certain tasks, Mars will give you that extra push. Just don't tax your body, don't do more than needed, but definitely Mars will bring that recovery. Remember, Jupiter is in Punarvasu Nakshatra. Recovery is the theme. When Mars enters the Scorpio zodiac sign, it enters Vishakha. Diversification happens. So if you are running a business, especially if you are in an established business, if you are in a corporate sector, you are the leader there, you will see that you will change the entire org structure, new ideas will come, and just ensure that whoever is working for you, they should be well informed. On the other hand, say Mars is in Scorpio, and with Mercury, you will see a lot of secrets will be revealed throughout the world. I will explain some extra tips and something extra about this transit. on my Patreon video and on my YouTube membership. That will help Punneits Astrology grow. So let's come together on the membership platform, where I will just upload some casual tips and tricks and something extra. And if you want to know quick 1-minute analysis of a planet, then you can watch my Instagram subscription videos. You can subscribe me on Instagram also, and there you can connect with me. All the links are on my social media platforms. You can join me there. If you want to know more about this Mars and Mercury, let's understand the ascendant wise analysis, which will give you better insights. But before that, don't forget to subscribe the channel, hit the bell icon, and if you want to take my consultation, you can drop me an email. Now, because Mars and Mercury is laser focused, is sharp, it's ready to solve your problem, it's ready to take away the negativity from you. For the next 1 month, I am going to perform a Badha Mukti Mata Durga Pujan with Mata Durga's Badha Mukti. That means something that removes the obstacles, that mantra jap. These pujas are not community pujas or group puja. This is specially booked for somebody or done for somebody who specially books it for your name, for your gotra, by dedicated priests in a dedicated time, in a dedicated fashion, only streamed live, where you get to attend the entire puja, or you can contact me and we can do the puja in person for you. If you want to do that, you can just drop me an email, call me or message me, WhatsApp me, reach out to me, and we will share all the details. Now, one quick tip I will give you. With Mars and Mercury, it can overwhelm your nervous system. It can overwhelm your resources. It can also create a situation where you're spending a little extra. Don't worry. Go with the flow, but be slow and steady. With strategy and planning, Scorpio is secret growth, and it will happen. Don't shout, don't display, just continue moving, and you will reach your destination faster than expected. Let's start ascendant-wise analysis. Aries ascendant. For Aries ascendant, your Mars is in the 8th house. 8th house Mangal is in its own zodiac sign of Scorpio, and it is 8th from your ascendant. So it's going to be a physical transformation. You will keep more secrets, and this is the time when your energies will be a little more impulsive. Some hidden energies or hidden emotions will be revealed during this time. 8th house is the house which brings major changes in your life. It is a house that kind of traps and releases the trauma. When Mars goes in Vishakha Nakshatra, when Mars enters the 8th house, it transforms your wisdom, it transforms your life into a very different dimension. Mars here will aspect your 3rd house, so it means that you may choose to stay silent, but usually you are always outspoken. So there's going to be a dramatic shift in the way you approach things, the way you live your life, the way you design your world around you. This Mangal is your core energy and your core strength. Sometimes you may feel a little overwhelmed because Mercury is moving in the Ashtama Bhav. With Mercury and Mars in Scorpio, this may mean strong desire to speak, but you choose to stay silent. But given the opportunity to speak, you may speak something that can be that can be drastically different, never heard before, but this can create repercussions. This can have damage to relationship because Venus is debilitated in the 6th house. My recommendation here will be that because Mars, Rahu and Ketu are in square to each other, Mars 4th aspect also falls on Rahu, focus this time on creating new wealth generation areas. This is the time to focus more on creating new source of income. Mars is in square with Saturn also. So a little bit of stop and start, pause and start kind of technique will work best for you. Now Jupiter is in Cancer zodiac sign. Jupiter is aspecting the water zodiacs of Scorpio and Pisces, and therefore Mars comes under direct impact of the Jupiter, which will become retrograde very soon. The recommendation here is that whatever you do with a lot of patience. The more slow you are, the better your life will be. This is the time when you will recognize who are your true enemies and who are your true friends. So don't be disappointed if some of your bestest of the associates turn out to be your enemies or not so great well-wisher. On the other hand, Mars in the 8th house can bring investments. If you want to pitch for some business investment, this is a great time. If you want to invest something with your in-laws, especially your brother-in-law, then this can be a very valid time considering Jupiter's aspecting this particular house, and matters related to real estate, land, property, assets that has been standing for long can be resolved, or some hint towards resolution can be seen while Jupiter and Mars are in trine to each other. Now Mars 7th aspect falls on the 2nd house with Mercury, the assets coming into the 8th house. Tax related things can freeze your assets, so be very careful. Any kind of irregularity will be caught immediately. The more you try to hide, the more it will come up in the front. So on one thing is hiding things for the benefit of somebody. On the other thing is hiding because it is illegal. The activity is not as per the laws. Then Mars, which is the executioner of the law, which is in trine with Shani and Jupiter, will create reforms, will create sudden impulsive change, or you may end up committing a mistake, and this can create legal issues. So be very careful there. From the perspective of health and marriage, especially the thought process, the way you react, the way you communicate will matter a lot in this case. Also take care of your nervous system health, and while you are performing at gym, while you are, if you are an athlete and you really want to push your body, be careful because this can hurt the connective tissues, ligaments, this can hurt joints. This may also create some muscle related problems in some cases. So not a great time to fire your muscles with all your guns. It is the time to relax and transform yourself. If you want to go for a muscular transformation or physical transformation, that will be possible with Mars in Scorpio. The next fire zodiac sign is Leo. In case of Leo, the Mangal is in the 4th house. Now 4th house is about your home, your country, your nation, society. And you will see that you will participate a lot in social causes. You will be able to resolve real estate issues. If you have any incomplete work that is pending for long, especially related to flat, interiors, this can work really well during this time. 4th house is also the peace of mind. Now Mars has nothing to do with peace. Mars is war to end all wars. Mars and Mercury means verbal communication. Your language will become a big hurdle to your growth. Mars may give enough power to Mercury to speak your heart out, but the question is, how are you speaking your heart out? What is the mode of communication? How confident you are in your own words? Because the Venus and Sun are debilitated, but Mars is powerful. This can be a tricky situation. With Ketu in the 1st house and Jupiter in the 12th, you may lose money, especially if you invest in real estate, if you invest in a very hasty manner. Health of the mother, especially the nervous system, and if there is a blood related problem to the mother, you need to be careful and you just need to watch out for the health. Not a great time to bring in more investment. This can actually, if you want to sell off a property and if you want to clear off certain debt, Mars will help you. A 4th house Mars is basically a kind of a Mangal which is more active during the night time. When you are more relaxed, it is more active. So if you want to increase your performance, if you want to improve your output, then you need to relax. The more hyperactive you are, the more the Mars will squeeze the output and it will give you a lot of frustration and stress. This is the time to rejuvenate. This is the time to diversify. This is the time to delegate the task and surrender to the divine. If you do all by yourself, then you will become really an unhappy person. But if you are delegating the task, if you have a team to play, then I will say that you will become a great successful leader. People who want to move to a foreign country, people who want to travel abroad, for them this is a great opportunity. 9th Lord is in the 4th house. If you are trying to win a case related to inheritance, and if it is as per the justice and as per the laws, then definitely if Mars favors your horoscope, you will get the right justice. The only thing is that matters related to your home, maybe matters related to your property, will interfere in your source of income. Say you have a job, but you get a call from your native town and you may have to rush to resolve certain matters. Or you're not going to rush, but you're talking over phone. This kind of eats up your time. So this is the case where these two areas will be mixed. Even matters related to your house may stop you from meeting people, may stop you from going party with your friends. Just take it as a phase of life. Give more importance to your home rather than outside. Otherwise your marriage will be impacted, and Jupiter is there to balance, but you will have to do some sacrifice. Hanuman Chalisa will be a very good remedy here. Sagittarius. Now in case of Sagittarius, the Mars transit will happen in the 12th house. It's your 5th Lord going in the 12th house. So people who want to educate through foreign education, who want to enroll into international school, who want to move to a different country or city for education, this can be a very, very positive time for you. On the other hand, Mars coming in the 12th house may increase your expenses, and that can increase your stress and tension, and you will have to counter it with some stress relieving measures. A morning walk on the grass is a very, very good therapy here. Meditation is also a very good therapy. Now when Mars is in the 12th house, it will aspect your 3rd house, so it can make you a little impulsive, and that impulsive reactions may create problems in your life. This is the time to preserve money and not spend things unnecessarily. If you see, 12th Lord is in 12th house and with Mercury, which is your 10th Lord. So career which is connected to international markets, or if you are doctor, neurosurgeon, if you are connected with something related to eyesight and brain, then your career will grow a lot during this time. Mars is not negative here. Mars wants to cut down the debt. But one thing you will see that you will gain the money, and the money will flow outward. It may finish off debt, it may clear off the books, it may make you settled. But at the end of the day, in your bank account, you may see that you have less money. Don't worry. Let Mars come in the sign of Sagittarius in the 1st house, and this will create a Raj Yoga where 5th Lord is in the 1st house. Because this Mars is aspected by Jupiter in the 8th house, this Jupiter will help you manage a lot of tough and difficult situation with ease. So after all, this Mangal is very, very positive. If you are facing any problem related to ankles and legs, or if you are a sports player, take care of your ankles and legs, and if you face any problem, get it checked medically immediately. Now, your mind is going to run at a different pace. You will get ideas. It's a very good time for young entrepreneurs. It's a good time for people who want to start new ventures, who want to expand their business. And say you are moving from one MNC to the other MNC. Mars will help you solve that problem. If you're facing a visa related issue, Mars in Scorpio might give you a chance to solve that too. So it's not at all a negative transit. It's just that Mars is more active when you are ready to give up or sacrifice. So this is a transit of release. The more you release, the better you become. Gemini. Now for Gemini, Mars is in your 6th house. This is a very good placement for Mars because Mars is your 11th lord. And there is a transformation of your source of income. It wants to give you more responsibilities. And you will also realize that your worth is much more than what you are right now. And for Gemini natives, Gemini ascendant or moon sign, you may feel uncomfortable with your current scope of work, with your current friends, with the current state of finances. And this can put you into a transformation sequence. The first, it will start with your physical transformation. You will see that you are more health conscious. You will see that you are more connected to the reality of life. You will see that you are more associated with your mental health. You are more associated with your physical health. You are more thinking about the quality of life rather than just the hustle culture. Mars wants to change your fate, and you also want to change your fate. You need help, but the help will not come. You have to be your own master. You have to be your own help. Now with Mangal being in the 6th house, this will resolve conflicts, but this conflict will be debated. This will be there will be a lot of communication. This is going to work on your Vak Shakti or the speech. And if you are a debater, if you are a journalist, if you are somebody who is into the law enforcement, then this can be a very good time for you. People who want to crack civil services examinations, especially in India, examination like IAS and IPS, you will see that either you will be able to crack the code or you will be able to understand the reality of everything, and you will be able to actually become more successful. With Mars in the 6th house, it will really help a lot of athletes, people who are in the nursing department, people who are in the anesthesia department, people who are in the brain and neurological department. And if you are in sports industry, this is going to give you more wealth. Or if you want to invest in sports industry, this can be a very good time for you. Because your ascendant lord Mercury is also in the 6th house. Not just Mars, but it's a combination of Mars and Mercury conjunction that propels the 6th house. The only thing that you have to understand is you should not bite more than you chew. You should not take responsibilities that you can't fulfill. Remember, Mars is energy, and energy can push you to do anything. But where is Sun and Venus? They are debilitated. That means the matters in your own home may make you a little uncomfortable, and for that you want to change the situation. You want to change, or you want to force the change, and that can make you commit mistakes. Be very careful. This will call for sacrifice. This will call for hard work. This will call for relentless hard work and continuous push of energy in your life. Well, for that you need good health, and good health is the most positive outcome of this transit. Libra. For Libra, Mars goes in the 2nd house, and this is your 7th lord going in the 2nd house. Don't call this Markesh. This is a very, very good transit. This converts losses into gains. This brings investments. This is a time where Bhagya and business comes into one piece, and the advice given by your life partner, or if you are planning marriage during this time, this can be really, really fruitful for you. The only thing is that you will have to keep your communication simple, confidence high, and you should be ready to be more practical in nature. Mars can make you very rude, and it can make you release some pent-up emotion. You may end up spilling secrets. Be mindful of that. This Mars is aspected by Jupiter in the 10th house. It's very good for joining family business. It is very good for joining real estate, construction line. It's very good for people who want to apply for railways, people who want to gain money through railway contracts. Jupiter being in a very positive situation in the career house, career-wise and money-wise, this is a very good time. It will make you realize where you are bleeding money. It will make you realize to fill the gap and fill the loopholes. So I must say, it's a brilliant time for a Libra ascendant. Although Sun is debilitated, allow the Sun to move in the sign of Scorpio and you will see that money will come freely, and inheritance related wealth may also come your way. The blessings of the ancestors will help you steer through some difficult financial situation at home, and you will come across and come up as a warrior. And I must say, it's a very, very good transit. You will not compromise with your values. You will be very vocal about what you like and what you dislike. This may make you a little bit unpopular, but it's better to be unpopular and be truthful. So overall, my recommendation will be that pray to Mata Mahalakshmi and pray to Mata Tripura Sundari by chanting Lalita Sahasranam and praying to Mata Mahalakshmi by chanting Lakshmi Stotram. For Aquarius, Mars coming in the 10th house along with Mercury, which is your 8th lord, gives a lot of hope for positive career shifts. If you're looking for promotion, if you're looking for job change, if you're looking for a big career move, this can be the time. Jupiter being in the 6th house shows that your responsibilities are increasing, and if you're in a job, your responsibility will increase mostly after designation change. Ensure that you're communicating your desire after Venus goes out of the Virgo. Venus once moves into Libra, will stabilize Venus also, and when 9th lord is in 9th house, it kind of opens up a very positive time for you. So for Aquarius ascendant, I must say that this is a brilliant career growth time, and the trajectory seems to be very, very positive. Now with Mars in the 10th house, this can also make you very authoritarian, can make you go into a lot of conflict and debate with colleagues in the work environment. You will see that you will be forced to become more ferocious, more upfront, more vocal. The thing is that people who have strong Mars, for them this is a lucky opportunity. But people who have weak Mars, this can be more like a very difficult time. What you must do is that you must allow yourself to settle down a bit, and from first week of November, after the Kartik Purnima, after 5th of November, you must take some positive steps in your career. You will also see that your frustration will reduce and your confidence will increase. And overall, this is going to be the time where things will happen the way you want. Ensure what you want is as per Dharma. For Aquarius, the recommendation will be to pray to Mata Durga by chanting Mata Durga Mantra, Om Tum Durgaye Namaha, and going and visiting Mata Temple. Career-wise, the only drawback that I see is that when Mars aspects the first house, it makes you a workaholic, and you may end up not spending quality time with your family. People who are trying for children, you should be very careful during this time, because Mars is with Mercury, but it has 8th aspect on your 5th house. So that decision making may affect the relationship and future plans. So whatever you do, the only thing is Mars defines strategy. So strategize everything and then go ahead with your life. Overall, for Aquarius, it's a brilliantly positive time. Taurus, the first Earth zodiac sign, will experience a Mars transit in the 7th house. Now, 7th house for you has both Mars and Mercury. If I have to assess this by the bhava placement, then this is not very promising. Why? Because 7th house is the house of balance, and Mars is a planet that wants to win and Mercury wants to create strategy. So Mars and Mercury in the 7th house in Scorpio means secret meetings happening for your business, sudden org changes that is being presented to you, sudden events that will reshape how you operate your business. Maybe you have to change your venue, you have to change your factory, something sudden expansion comes. But this only means that you want to win, but you will be forced to follow a structured path. Even if you plan to accelerate, you won't be able to. The reason is the sheer placement of the bhava, the way Mars expresses. Yes, you may be okay with that kind of way, but this is not natural to Mars and Mercury. Why? 7th house is the house of balance, equality, justice, status quo. Mars wants to win, Mercury wants to plan. Mars and Mercury means you are very good at numbers, you are very good in Excel sheet, and you are scoring well in your examination. Maybe half of the things are going your way and half of the things are not going your way. The good thing is that Jupiter is in the 3rd house, and when Jupiter is in the 3rd house, it is aspecting the Mars and Mercury with the exalted aspect. But Mars, Mercury and Jupiter all are in Marad Karaka Sthan. So if you are a Taurus native and you are running a Jupiter Mahadasha, Mars Mahadasha or Mercury Mahadasha or the Antardasha, you need to show a lot of patience. Things may not go the way you are planning always. Half of the things will be predictable and half of the things will be sudden and non-predictable. It is better to keep your success hidden for some time. If you want to just party with people who are very close to you. Now when 7th house matters comes, marriage is a primary factor here. It's the primary attribute of life that gets impacted. When you talk about marriage, Mars and Mercury may create verbal war of dominance and ego, and nobody is going to win this war because 7th house is not the house of victory. 7th house is redistribution. You may also see redistribution of wealth between different sectors of your company. Some sector which is failing may get saved by something which is very positive. It is only going to create nil situation, win-win situation for everybody, which technically you may not want, but that is how things will be. People who are going to marry during this particular month, October and November month, and if you're Taurus ascendant or Taurus moon sign, this is creating a strong Mangal presence, Martian presence, and opinions will be being fired from both the sides. The best thing is to handshake and stand down. No point raising weapons and fingers at each other when the 7th house is into effect. And with Jupiter in the 3rd house, this is the time to preach and teach, not to wage war. Taurus is going to see a good time after Venus enters the Libra zodiac sign, because Venus is debilitated right now. So when Venus enters Libra, you are definitely going to see a stability in your overall health. This is a good transit, but totally depends on how you perceive it. For Virgo, this is going to be a time which is of great importance, especially if you are a Virgo moon sign. You are experiencing a debilitated, I won't say bad, but I will say a practical Venus transit. And with Mars and Mercury in the 3rd house, Mercury and Mars both perform very good in the 3rd house. Remember, in the Kal Purush, Budh rules the 3rd house and Mars gains a lot of strength in that particular house. The only thing is that you can destroy yourself by overthinking. There can be a situation where you have a lot of potential and your potential will be visible, but you may not get enough support, especially from family. So you may have to, take a lot of sacrifices. You have to give a lot of stuff away in order to reach to a situation where you want to reach. Mars and Mercury is going to be a kind of combination in the 3rd house which can create verbal war with siblings, younger siblings. Refrain from or stay away from unnecessary debates, stay away from road rages, stay away from saying something boldly and confidently and you can't back it up with any data. Otherwise you will be humiliated and you will be told the truth on your face which you may not like. Mars and Mercury also have the potential to do Samudra Manthan, and Venus, once it reaches the 2nd house, will give you a lot of wealth. So for the first half of the Mars transit, stay careful. The second half of the Mars transit will reveal your true potential, especially when Mars enters the Anuradhas, Nakshatras, and then the potential comes into effect and you can create something new. It's a great time to start or launch a product, do new business, be bold, be practical, take some tough decisions and not bow down in front of the circumstances. It's going to be a very interesting fight, but I think you will win. For Capricorn, this is going to be a more interesting battle between Saturn and Mars. Your first lord is in the third house and the third lord is in the seventh house. Jupiter is aspecting the ascendant and then Mars, which is the 11th lord, sits with the 9th lord, Mercury. Now, how should I claim this? In order to achieve a lot of success, you will need a lot of support from people, which you will get. The more the networking, the better the life will be. But you, with Saturn retrograde in Purva Bhadrapada in the third house, must understand whom to call close associate and whom to call just another contact. So increase the network circle, which you will in this time. You will be very good in communication, you will be good in people activities, but many times you will see that only a certain type of people will gel well with you and you won't be able to have a good communication with everybody around you, and that's totally okay. You should not feel afraid or scared about that. Let Venus enter the sign of Libra and you will see that things will become more stable. Jupiter aspect on Mars will expand your 11th house and 10th house will be expanded by Venus, and overall your career is going to grow leaps and bounds, especially financially. The only drawback in this case is Rahu in the second house, Saturn in the third house, and these two really damaging your communication. You can be very hyper, your tone can be very negative, your body language can be negative, you can be overly sarcastic, you can say things which can hurt someone in the network circle. If you say one thing, it will spread like wildfire and that can damage your reputation. So be very, very careful about what you say, what you hear and how you are communicating. The more humble you are, the better your life will be. For Capricorn, one remedy will be to chant Hanuman Chalisa 3 times a day. That will also keep you very humble. Read Bhagyadeipika and perform a Shani Mangal Shanti Path and Ichha Purti Shani Mangal Shanti Path. If you want to know more about Ichha Purti Shani Mangal Shanti Path, dedicatedly done for you and your Gotra, you can just email me and or WhatsApp me. I will share all the details of the puja. Now, with Mars in the 11th house, this also tells a lot about your communication with your elder siblings, especially your cousins, maternal cousins. And what you have to do is don't wage into a war, don't start a new project immediately, whatever you want to do. Again, I will repeat, one thing is having a contact or a network circle. Another thing is actually somebody favoring you in that network circle. These two are very different things. Jupiter will tell you that separation, but you will have to deal things very practically. Any emotional attempt to understand anything will go in vain. Mars in the 11th house will also give you good health, but you can also have an assumption of good health and ignore health. So, if you feel you are good at health, I think it is better to keep doing the yoga, keep hitting the gym, keep running and sprinting, and so that the system is actually healthy. Eat light food, or if possible do vrat or fasting on Tuesdays. For Cancer ascendant, Kark Lagan and Kark Rashi, Jupiter is in your first house, and first of all, that is the biggest relief. Jupiter being in the Lagna itself gives you a lot of power, and if you are Jupiter in Jupiter Mahadasha, Antardasha, or if you are a Cancer ascendant but Jupiter's moon sign, Cancer moon sign, Jupiter ascendant, then first of all, Mars transit in Scorpio is a brilliant transit for you because it is happening in the 5th house, and whenever 5th lord is in 5th house and 3rd lord is Bhavat Bhavam, it shows very positive expression, bold expression, positive romance in life, good productivity, your steps, every step being very positive and productive and giving you really what you need. So if you really want to excel and you really want to start something, I believe Mars in Scorpio is a very good time for you. I know that you have a 9th Lord Saturn, but both Mars and Saturn are aspected by Jupiter. So if you pray to Bhagwan Brihaspati Dev, or if you do Jupiter Shanti Puja, then this is definitely going to uplift the spiritual energies of the horoscope. And the Mars, which is 10th Lord in the 5th house, will give you career growth. It will inspire you to learn, educate yourself, and it will inspire you to become something better version of what you are right now. The only problem is that expenses can be high. Say for example, it inspires you, but you end up learning guitar while you are a database operator and thinking guitar will give you money. See, this is the mismatch. If you learn guitar because you want to enjoy life, you just want to fulfill your dream, good. But maybe your assumption that guitar will give you money is wrong. This negative assumption is because of debilitated Venus and Sun. You need to keep your priorities right. You need to keep your priorities straight. Jupiter wants you to do that. Jupiter is in Punarvasu. It shows that you will get back to your glory days. It will bring you back or right on the front, and you are going to excel in every field, especially if you're a student, especially if you're a student of engineering and statistics, if you're an underwriter, if you are good with numbers. Mars and Mercury are really going to be a wonderful combination in the 5th house. For couples who are trying for childbirth, this can be a blessing. And Mars is energy, so your solar plexus chakra will help you fight the fear. And if you are scared about something, if you have depleted solar plexus energy, if you, and I'm talking in a rare sense that if you really hate yellow color, or if you're scared of yellow color or yellow light, Mars and Mercury can actually help you a lot in this case. Chanting Vishnu Sahasranam is a very, very potent remedy for you. Scorpio will exhibit Mars in the 1st house. Mangal being your ascendant lord, coming on the ascendant, aspected by exalted 9th house Jupiter, is definitely a wonderful transit. It's a transit where you gain power, but with Mercury, which is your 11th lord and your 8th lord in the 1st house, this also shows that you will undergo a lot of changes. Some will go for operations, some will go for cosmetic surgery, some will go for change in the appearance, and some will undergo personality shift, positive and negative in some cases. If you have an extremely afflicted moon and Mercury, you may feel happy in tamas. Be careful there. It's a double-edged sword. People can also move into Tantra Kriya with Mars and Mercury coming together, especially praying to Devi Matangi or Mata Baglamukhi. Nothing wrong as long as you're following Shastra and following the path of Dharma. May Ma bless you. And another thing is that relationship can be affected. You may end up speaking or revealing your secrets, or speaking something that hurts somebody. Revealing someone's secret on their face can terribly irritate them. This can hurt your marriage. Venus is negative. Don't take any chance. Saturn is retrograding in the 5th house. Stomach related problems may arise. You may end up overeating. You may end up eating some supplements or taking something which is not good for the body. Something that starts with the letter S. It is better that you be natural, grow your body naturally, build your muscles naturally. And Jupiter in the 9th house will teach you all this, how to follow the path of Dharma. I will say it's a brilliant transit. 5th Lord in 9th house, 9th house Jupiter aspecting Mars, which is your 1st Lord. Well, from the perspective of health, this is the time to consider health is wealth, and those who will do it will really gain. For people who are elderly, you need to cut down on your stress. Mars and Mercury may make you think too much. If you're an overthinker, calm down, do pranayama and perform Hanuman Chalisa Havan. And if you want me to do the Havan, let me know. Drop me an email and we can share the details. But overall, a simple Hanuman Chalisa prayer every day, maybe 7 times a day, will really be very, very helpful. It's the time to stay focused. It's the time to commit to a work and then not give up. For Pisces, things are a little tricky. Saturn is in Purva Bhadrapada in the first house. Then your ascendant lord becomes exalted in the 5th house. And then from the 5th house, your ascendant lord aspects the 9th house. Well, 9th house hosts Mars and Mercury. Mercury is very important. It rules your 4th and 7th house. Do you really realize what's happening? It is one of the best times of your life. 9th lord in the 9th house, exalted Jupiter. 11th lord in the 1st house. Forget about the retrogression, forget about the nakshatra. Just the sheer placement can make you super rich, can make you super healthy, can make you super dynamic, and can remove all the tamas. Jupiter and Mars alone shows Jnana, Karma and Urja. Knowledge, Karma and energy has a trinal connection. When do you see this happening in such a strong position? Rare. This rare combination will propel you to move into the right path. Mercury, Budh, which is your business, will show new insights. You want to start a new business, you want to start a new project, you want to launch a new company, you want to open a new shop. You have an idea, you want to pitch that idea to someone, you want to call an investor. Do what you want, obviously within the path of dharma and knowing the limitations of Saturn. And obviously this will call for a sacrifice. Say for example, you may have to work 3-4 hours extra every day. But knowing all the nuances, consequences, if you think it is going to work for you, and it is within the realm of Jupiter's dharma, then Mars will take you to a new height, new beginnings, and something so extraordinary that you yourself have not imagined for you in your entire life. This is the time to fly and shine bright. Allow the Venus to enter the 8th house and there will be tremendous transformation by your own hands. What are the negatives? Rahu in the 12th house, overspending, overcommitting, not taking care of the team, doing all by yourself, ego battles, not surrendering to the divine, and talking too much, too soon. Avoid this, and career-wise you are shining bright, and if you are a homemaker, you will be respected. You will see that the divine will hear you, and your prayers will be answered. And for the elderly, I will say, all your pains are going to go away. It's a brilliant time for Pisces. It kind of acts as an antidote to the most ferocious Saturn retrograde in Pisces aspecting Venus. All that changes from here onwards. It's the time of Bhagyadeipika. Religious travel, pilgrimages, learning new courses, people enrolling into advanced sciences, all that can happen at this point. If you're a scientist, if you're an engineer, you will be benefiting one of the most benefited career for you. Overall, it's a 5 out of 5 transit for you.